Hey, I'm Chicken Linguini, and today I wanted to give you my 4 tips on how to get your health back on track. So the first tip is to eat enough protein. The general rule of thumb has typically been women need 46 grams of protein and men need 56 grams of protein. But that rule is a little bit too average. They're talking about a woman weighing 122 pounds and a man weighing 150 pounds. So that's a little skewed. The average American woman right now is weighing 166 pounds. So that's a couple pounds over what they're saying the average man is. So I've been reading The Sacred Cow by Diane, I can't remember her last name, but I'll put it in the description. And basically, she speaks upon the benefits of eating beef, specifically cow, and how animal protein is the only protein that has all of the essential amino acids that we need to survive. And the essential amino acids are the acids that are not made, the amino acids that are not made naturally in our body, so we need to supplement it with dietary means. So she talks about the importance of upping our protein intake, that we as a whole have been eating much less protein, and that has resulted into probably a good portion of our health issues. The reason why protein is so correlated with our health issues is because if we're not eating enough protein, that means we're getting our calories from other foods, and most of those other foods, especially in the typical American diet, is processed foods. It's junk foods. It's the pastas and the breads and all of the pre-made meals, anything that basically is in the center aisles of the grocery store. So if we're not eating enough protein, we have to supplement our diet with most of that food. The goal is to eat 100 grams of protein a day. So that can be 25 grams in 4 different meals, or I typically eat 3 meals, so that's about 33 grams of protein in each meal. And when we're talking protein, I'm specifically talking about animal protein, coming from cow meat, coming from chicken, from eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. So not only will eating all of this protein keep us full and satiated because we're getting this nutrient dense, amazing animal product, but we're also, because we're getting full and because it is nutrient dense, it's also calorie dense. So we're not going to be hungry for that junk food. So we can just eat a good amount of meat, have some good amount of vegetables on your plate, and you can have just a smaller amount of carbs and your pasta and the good stuff, because you won't feel the need to eat it. You won't want it as much if you're getting satisfied with your meat, not only because it tastes great, but because it's actually fulfilling all of the needs that you need inside of your body. So the second tip to go right along with that is to eat enough fiber. So I can't remember the exact stat, but I think it's like 5% of the United States gets their fiber intake, the adequate amount of fiber in their daily lives. 5%. So that means 95% of us are not. And it's a little bit more challenging than I anticipated. I've started looking on MyFitnessPal and like tracking what I'm eating, and I really thought that I was going to be hitting the fiber, the 25 to 30 grams of fiber that we need daily, easier. And it is a little challenging to get. So a tip that I have found is chia seeds and flax seeds. I can't remember off the top of my head how many grams of fiber flax seeds have, but chia seeds have 10 grams in 2 ounces. Not 2 ounces, I'm sorry, 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons of chia seeds have 10 grams of fiber. And if we're aiming to hit 25 to 30 grams, if you have just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds a day, you're already hitting 10 grams. You can easily hit the next 15. So the next 15 are found definitely in leafy greens, in your kale, your broccoli, your zucchini, any fiber, any vegetable really has fiber. Of course, any fiber has fiber, but any vegetable has fiber. All vegetables have fiber. Beans also have fiber, legumes, but definitely aim for getting those chia seeds in, because it's a great easy way to bump up your fiber intake with lots of leafy greens, with lots of vegetables. The third tip is to move daily. So that doesn't mean we have to exercise every single day, but we do have to move every single day. We've gotten very comfortable with just waking up, going to work, coming back from work, being tired, and throwing ourselves on the couch and watching TV. And I'm guilty of it as well. I mean, there's days where I just don't feel like moving. But moving is so important for us. It's so important for our overall health. It's important for our lymphatic system. It's the only thing that gets our lymphatic system moving. It's actual movement. So we need to be moving daily. And that can be a formal exercise if you found something that you like, that you do 2 to 3 times a week, even if you do 5 times a week. But daily, we should also be aiming just to move, to get out and to walk around the block, to just sway your hips and do a little yoga, sun salutation, to get outside and play with your kids, to roll around on the floor, to just enjoy life and move. Because if we don't move now, it's just going to only get more difficult later on. Another easy way to get movement in is to go for a walk after your meal. So I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. Moving after a meal, just even a 10-minute walk, helps reduce your glucose spike because you're actually using your glucose, which is the fuel that you just ate. So when you eat, instead of going and sitting down on the couch, which is kind of what's the norm here, to go and sit down and to let your food rest, which you can still do, because if you move within 70 minutes of eating, it still helps your glucose spike. But if you were to eat and then go for a move, you're using the fuel that you just ate. So instead of the fuel just sitting in your body waiting and eventually turning into a spike, you'll be using it. And that, like I said, is just a 10-minute walk. And you can, instead of walking, if you don't want to walk, if you're in Miami like me and it is hot as all sin outside, you can just do some squats, 30 squats, a few jumping jacks. Just get your heart rate moving, and that means your muscles are moving and your muscles are using the glucose instead of it just sitting there. So move after you eat and it'll make a significant difference. But if you don't want to move after you eat, just move. Move daily. Move those arms around, sway them around, bring them up above your head. Not just the typical exercise. Just get your body moving, get your limbs moving. Your limbs are found in all of your joints. So again, if you're moving your limbs and it is flushing it out. And that, again, is the only way to move your lymphatic system, is through actual physical movement. So move and you will get your health back. And the fourth tip is to stay hydrated. And we've all heard that before. We got to drink plenty of water. We know that. But a little bonus on top of that is to stay hydrated with teas, with warm liquids all day. So warm liquids is really good for our gut. It's good for our microbiome. It helps it thrive. It helps it, get nice and healthy for us to be able to digest our food better. So sipping warm water all day is much better than sipping cold water. And warm water alone is kind of nasty. So if you were to just put some warm water with lemon, maybe turmeric, that would also be great anti-inflammatory properties. If you don't like the taste of turmeric, find any tea that you like. Green tea is caffeinated, and matcha is also caffeinated, so watch out for that if you're a little sensitive to caffeine. But there's plenty other teas. There's herbal teas, there's nettle teas, there's hibiscus, so many different types of teas. And again, you can just do hot water with lemon, but drinking warm liquids throughout the day is going to really help you out. It's going to help your digestion, and it's going to keep you, hydrated throughout the day. Ginger tea is also an amazing tea to drink throughout the day. It's great for your digestion, and it brings a warming effect to your body and a grounding effect. So drink tea, drink your water. If you don't like tea, start with just water. Start with cold water with lemon and get your taste buds used to it. If you like iced tea, start with iced tea and then try to, wean it to room temperature, and then just try to start getting in the and in the feel of warm waters. I know it's not for everybody, but if you progressively work on it, I think your taste buds will kind of get acclimated to it. So those are my 4 tips to getting back on track with your health. It's to get enough protein. Try to aim for 100 grams of protein a day. Get enough fiber. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. Move. Try to move every single day, whether that's a little walk, playing with your kids, or formal exercise. And drink plenty of fluids, especially warm teas throughout the day. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have new videos every Thursday and daily shorts of my recipes.